Hi, I'm Sadie Hess, the CEO of Compass, and this is Eric Hess, our CFO.
Welcome back to another Compass vlog.
Yeah, and today we would like...
I know you've been waiting for another issue, for another presentation of Compass brilliance.
What we're going to talk about today is our balanced scorecard.
What?
What is that you said?
We're going to talk about the what?
So the balanced scorecard is a tool that Eric discovered when he was taking his MBA, getting his MBA from Berkeley and Columbia. And it's a cool tool. It's something we have been using for quite a while. We're going to give a really quick and brief summary of what the tool is and how we use it in our organization.
What it is it's a way of basically just keeping score of the game you're playing. If you're goofing around playing basketball in the driveway, kids are going to throw the ball up, have fun, not a lot of great play. But once you start keeping score and say the winner gets to pick the movie we go to tonight, then the game gets a lot better. People play better, play a little bit more intense, and they perform better.
Okay, so what's the game we play?
The game we play is how can we have the best company? To have a successful company, you got to have the four things. You got to have good finances, and to have good finances, that means you have to have a lot of satisfied customers. But satisfied customers only get that way when they get the services and products that they want and that are good. But good services and good products don't happen by accident. You got to have good people providing those things. So that's kind of the four rungs of the ladder. And what we do from there is then we set individual little goals underneath each rung that we believe will help us achieve that rung's definition.
So firstly, let's talk about finances, and that's your job, CFO.
Okay, I will talk about finances. We actually have a lot of little math problems that we have to solve to make everybody happy. I have to maintain a current ratio, I have to maintain my debt to equity ratio, all these little things which actually probably just made no sense to anybody with a real life. But the point is I got to do all these things because we have to borrow money from the bank. Sadly, we don't have...
And we have to maintain our contracts with the regional center and with CDS. So.
One of our big metrics that we track in our financial rung is our administration rate. Legally, we are only allowed to spend 15% of all the SLS money we receive. I think our metric is to be under 14%, but I think historically we've been like a 10% admin company. So we really are we're actually very lean as a company. But that's one of the goals. We want to make sure that we're well under that 15%.
The second one that we already talked about is that we have happy customers. The clients that we have are really happy.
And what does it take this year to have happy customers? What are we doing?
Well, every year we focus on community. We've discovered that people, disability or no disability, what they really want is to belong, to be in a community. So we do different events throughout the year that can really focus on belonging. And this year we're going back to Woodleaf. We're going back to a very special place, and we'll have hundreds of us gather, both clients and family members and staff, and we'll spend a long weekend in Woodleaf. This is a very large concerted effort. It takes all kinds of transportation needs and medical needs and all kinds of things to make this weekend happen, but we want to make sure that it's our focus because it really does build our community and build connection within our team. So these are things that we have been investing in as an organization for a long time, but they still deserve a place on our scorecard because they are a lot of effort,
Absolutely.
a lot of work, and a lot of money to pull off. It is some of my favorite memories of my entire career, which is over 20 years now doing this line of work. It is some of my favorite, most precious memories.
So in 2018, in our, again, in the systems rung of the ladder, to provide good services, one of the biggest challenges that we have in providing good systems is getting enough of the right people to work with our many clients. We have almost 400 clients right now, and so there's a lot of people that we need to match them up with. So this year, one of our goals, it's on our scorecard, is we are going to develop and deploy a new position called the Recruiting Systems Manager, and this person is going to be in charge of the entire recruiting process we have throughout our company. And that's a big deal because we serve in 6 counties, and we're really, really excited about having it fully designed and deployed this year. The other thing that we're really excited about is our medication assistance. We're a non-medical company, but a lot of our clients take meds. The company that we use that helps us with our data management, QSP, they've designed a tool that we're employing this year. It's called QS Med, and basically what it is it attaches to the smartphone or the tablet that's assigned to that client or the staff that's working with that client, and it goes, bing, it's time for Joey to take his Percocet. It's time. We have clients take blood pressure medication who actually have insulin. It's time for them to administer whatever med they have, and QS Med will remind them of the right med at the right time.
This is why it's a strategic goal. It's a really big deal to come up with a system to make sure medication is managed well, but it's an important system.
It's kind of cool. It provides a lot of accountability too.
The most important rung on the ladder, as we've already talked about, is the happiness or the competency of our people, that we have really great people on our team. And we just continually have a focus of training. We have multiple training models and ways of training. We do some online training, we do some in-person training. And one of the things that we're really focused on this year is our initial training, our foundation training is what we call it. It's 3 days of training. That's far more than what's required, but it's what's necessary to make sure that each and every individual employee understands who we are, what we do, and how they can become a part of our organization and really contribute to the client's life. And so we have this training, and that's one of our focuses. That's one of our strategic goals. And in addition to that is all the ongoing training. We have what's called Level Up. And that's where people can continue to increase their education and their training so that they can become even more adept and more proficient at what we do. And so we're providing these different opportunities, and we're going to make sure that they are top notch and that they really focus on different learning styles and that they really have the opportunity to accomplish our goal, which is better trained staff. The other one that's important for us is connection. Back to our 400 individuals out in the community, all kinds of different communities.
We have 400 clients, but we actually have 400 staff too right now. So that's a lot of people that we need to be connected to.
And we have all kinds of different communities. So we really want each and every staff to feel like they are part of what we're doing and that they have a real connection with their leadership, with their supervisors. I remember back when I did this line of work, I worked weekends, and so I never saw my supervisor. I would just be in the field, I would do my job, I'd leave. I wouldn't know if I was doing a good job, I wouldn't know if people even knew what I was doing. And so this is something that we're really focused on this year, is making sure each and every staff person, whether they work nights, whether they work weekends, that they feel connected to our organization, to our vision, to our mission, and ultimately also to their supervisor. So that's another really intense focus of this year, is to make sure that our staff who are out in the field doing different, maybe even part-time work, can feel connected to our organization and to their leadership. That is our scorecard.
So that's basically the scorecard for 2018.
There's a lot of other numbers and metrics and all kinds of other things that factor in because we're nerds and we have a lot of numbers in our scorecard. But this gives you a nutshell of what we want to accomplish in 2018, and we will accomplish. We've been doing this a long time. We know that when we set our minds to things, we get things accomplished. So we'll see you next time, and keep tuning in.
All right, thanks.